Good evening, everyone. Today is Tuesday evening, and this is the second video that I'm making. I'm feeling a little bit inspired. I'm not feeling very energetic. I'm feeling a bit. I think you can see like my. I've I've slept in the bus. I should be feeling more rejuvenated, but I feel like a bit more like a zombie. So, anyways, life is still very beautiful, and I like to maximize my time on Earth as long as we are here. So yeah, I've been asking myself some questions. I was doing this introspective test or quiz. There were a list of questions, and as usual, I'm very deep, very philosophical. I love to intellectualize everything. I love words. I love to talk about feelings. I think the female women have, I don't know if it's a need or if it's an instinct or if it's what it is. I'm not making a generalizing statement about it, but it seems like women are more capable of articulating themselves when it comes to their feelings, and they want to do it. They want to discuss about feelings, they want to label their emotions, they want to share, they want to. For us, it's very important, and I'm no exception. So yeah, I was asking myself like one very pertinent question that many times we don't face that question. The question is, what who would you be if the world was not watching? Or rather, the question was like, what is the difference between the you in the public sphere and in the private sphere? If I have to take my own example, when I'm in my public life, especially in my professional life, I'm a very different person. It's not like consciously I'm creating two different kind of images, but it's quite a normal and understandable thing when you're not working, when you're chilling in your home or in your car or with your friends in the weekend. You can be free to be anyone. You can choose to dress in whatever way you want and all of that. You can get just crazy and let your hair down, which is very cool to do at times. So yeah, I was asking myself that question because I can clearly see that I am not the same person in all situations, in the company of all people. When I'm in a different country, maybe I think differently, I behave differently. And I know that many people can say that you are being a hypocrite or being a chameleon, and you're just trying to perhaps, people have all kinds of opinions, and it's not a problem. But I do believe that you have to be authentic and listen to the needs of your soul. What your soul is telling you, how you feel comfortable. You should never. I think what is unattractive is when you're trying hard to be what you're not. So always self love and remain authentic, remain true. Just flow with the natural vibe of things. Don't let the energy block. Don't let what is natural is good. What is good is natural, and there is no one whom you're fooling. You're either fooling yourself. Yeah, so I was many times actually I have posed and reflect on that question, on that notion. When I was obviously I remember very clearly all the different phases of my life, my personality, my looks, my demeanor, my psychology, everything. I've undergone like very not drastic transitions, but I think it's amazing. Like human beings are supposed to change. So when I was a child, my vision of myself and the world was very different. Many people will never imagine like what kind of child I was, how I looked, what I went through. I will talk about it in another video. Then I was in teenager. As a teenager, I was again a very different person after puberty. Oh my god, not very cringy. I was not like that. I didn't have that awkward, that much adolescence phase. It was very smooth. And then early adulthood, university years. Now that is the most interesting part of my entire life. And precisely, I still refer to these years of my life as the happiest of my life. the most authentic years of my life, I would say. So I don't know what I was doing back then that made me feel like my life was, I was really aligned in everything. What I was saying, how I was speaking, how I was dressing up, my friends and my choices, everything. There were no contradictions. There were very few contradictions. And on a religious level, I didn't subscribe. I was not subscribed to any religion at that time, but I was very spiritual. I was a very good human being. I was living my life and just not harming anyone. So life is very, very beautiful. And then, yeah, now comes adulthood. Years have gone by. I like to do this little retrospection and introspection from time to time. So I feel like I'm reaching a turning point again, about to go in my 30s now. Is it depressing? No, it's not depressing. I'm just very grateful for all the beautiful, wonderful years I've had in my life. I have had dreams come true that I never thought were possible. I've manifested wonderful friends and experiences and opportunities. So, if one day I get to meet God face to face, I would definitely express my gratitude. Like, life has been extremely interesting, and I'm not claiming to be a super virtuous human being who has to go to heaven or whatever, but I feel satisfied because I'm trying to live an authentic life, and I'm not nurturing any negativity towards anyone, which is already a big deal because there are many people who can't do that in the world. Oh, this video is like, it's not scripted, it's not going in any direction, it's just me talking randomly and spontaneously because I love that. And yeah, I guess one main thing that I am noticing within me day by day, I wouldn't say that all of a sudden I have become fearless and I have become this super bold creature where I don't have any weakness, I don't have any fear, I don't have any anxiety. I have a lot. But my motto is, bottom line, life is short and you're definitely going to die at some point. So you're not going to last eternally. So my conclusion is to always speak your truth as much as possible. Don't be a people pleaser. Don't hesitate to defend yourself and to defend the truth. So I am extremely proud of myself because there have been many instances in my life where people perhaps would be afraid to speak out, but I had to say what I had to say because for me, when there is a kind of injustice, be it towards yourself or towards other human beings, if you stay silent, you are equally guilty of doing that injustice. So my inspiration, my role models have always been people like Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi. No matter what people might say, the controversy and all, but if there is something that needs to be said, something that needs to be done, and you're just staying there helpless, silent, and comfortable, you don't want to displease anyone, you want to just, you don't want to share any of your opinion, I think that I wouldn't respect myself at all if I was like that. And I always say, like, I don't know if people believe me that, but I would prefer to be killed by a bullet, by a gun, for speaking the truth, rather than live comfortably and helplessly watch injustice being done when I know that I could have done something. You can always do something. I'm not saying that you have to go and start a revolution, but a revolution is not just done with weapons. You don't have to go in the streets to start a revolution about a cause that really matters for you. You can just start, like, for example, for me, my intuition tells me that I should get back to YouTube and, express myself because this is important and this is my right.